Graham Jason Mathis, your BleacherReport.com Royal Rumble Weekend Special Olympics event. We're here with one half of Alpha Academy, Chad Gable. Chad, what's going on, man? Thank you for taking the time.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, man. Talk about the experience today and how fulfilling it was for you.
These, man, I feel like a broken record because I say this every time we do one of these, but these, specifically the Special Olympics events, are my favorite appearances we do. And we do a lot. We do a lot of different appearances, but the kids and the unique personalities and their energy and everything that they give to you at these events, it's infectious, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. And you talked earlier about the special connection that you have with the Special Olympics. Your nephew, correct?
Yes. My nephew is epileptic from a traumatic brain injury, and so he's participating in Special Olympics. He does bowling, he does other sports too. Bowling's his main thing. But it's, and I have my own Olympic background, so I competed in the Olympics in 2012 in wrestling. And so to merge like kind of my own personal life and then like my family life and just all of my values kind of come together perfectly for something like this. And so I always ask to be heavily involved because it's so important to me. And it's cool because in 2026 the next Special Olympic Games are going to be in Minneapolis, and Minnesota, where it's home. So I've made sure to let the right people know you better keep me involved and an ambassador or something, because that's going to be pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome, man. It's pretty crazy to think that for all the inspirations that you've had throughout your career here in WWE, prior to that point, being the Olympics and whatnot, you're going to be that inspiration for someone else here today and all the other edition events that you do. Has that like dawned on you yet or no?
It does, but it never really like registers.
Never really
it's like, man, you try to convince yourself that you like these people really do look up to you, and like kids really do, see you as a role model. Yeah. And it's always hard to like accept that, but I do. I do accept it, and it's important to me to like honor that. Like there was a kid here, Blake, today that he was just like every single station that he did, he was going from beginning to end, nonstop at the highest intensity of anyone here. And to me, like one of my key values in life is work ethic. Like more important to me than almost anything. And like so to watch him do that, I was so excited, and I pulled him aside afterwards to just tell him like, not only was that impressive, like your work ethic, but like please carry that with you for like the rest of your life. That's because it's going to serve you in whatever you decide to do down the road. And you could just see in his eyes like he took it very seriously. And so to know that you might just have even the smallest effect on somebody is super cool.
That's what WWE is, putting smiles on people's faces. As cliche as that might sound to people, that's what you guys do with stuff like this. And we saw that here today. But last question for you, man. Talking about the last year that you guys have had, you and Otis, Alpha Academy, you've had a career year, being the Raw Tag Team Champion, just kind of revitalizing your connection with the audience that you already had anyway. You've had a lot of different tag team partners. Otis hits different because you guys had that real life connection. Just talk about that in the last year for you in WWE and the Raw roster.
Man, what a wild and kind of unexpected ride, because it was right after New Year's when this stuff all picked up, and it was just by chance. Like I remember some people, it was at a Raw in Detroit, some people missed the show or didn't make it, travel issues or something, and so like they sent me out with Otis to start the show and gave us a like walking promo, which they never did before. It's like 90 seconds, and they're like, just talk about your master's degree or whatever you just did,
which you had just done.
And I was like, okay,
like legit, dude, it's on a character thing.
And I did it, and like it worked, and it was like this one chance thing, and it led to this whole entire last year, man, of like the new gimmick and this connection with the audience. And I think it's gotten to a place now where it's cool because like I think they're starting to really enjoy hating us, and like they're having fun with it, which is the best part. And they're starting to cheer at times, and not only that, but also like since Hunter's taken over and taken the reins, like getting so many like awesome singles matches in like the last 6 months, and like getting to work with some of these guys that I've always wanted to. It's been a real special year, like without a doubt my favorite year that I've ever had with the company. So I'm just hoping that we carry this momentum on and keep going. So
I think so. I mean, not only that, interacting with Kurt too. Kurt Angle on the show, which we hadn't seen on Raw or SmackDown prior to that point, right before Alpha Academy kind of came to be. That was the first time.
Right, and it's just too perfect of a fit, right? I mean, like to be able to, and I said this to someone else earlier, like I had visited Kurt at Mall of America when I was very young, and he was doing a signing, and I told him, someday, Kurt, I'm going to wrestle in WWE down the road just like you. He's like, yeah, good luck. And then, whatever it was, 15, 20 years later, I was wrestling him in Chicago. And then we're doing segments on TV, and he's spraying me with the milk, and it's all this
milk truck.
dude, what a life, man. Life is so interesting and funny. Awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Well, it's so cool to see your guys' success, not only under Triple H, but this has been carrying on when Vince was in charge as well. So it's not it's one of those things where it's you weren't really on TV, now you're on TV, or you're on TV, you're not on TV. It's been consistent throughout the last year. And everyone recognizes your guys' greatness.
I thank you for saying that, and I think that's one of the coolest things about it is Vince really enjoyed the character side of what we were doing. He loved that I finally was able to connect. I talked to him many times with Vince about that, and he said, we got to get you to connect. And then we did it, and he loved it, and he loves Otis, and he loved Otis's connection. But then Hunter has also got this cool part of the way he views the business is he really respects the wrestling side of it. So then now I'm getting that chance to do just a lot of wrestling, which is so cool. So I'm getting best of both worlds in the last year. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, well, we look forward to the year that you have ahead, starting with the Royal Rumble tomorrow. This is where it all kicks off and takes shape at WrestleMania, where you guys defended the tag titles last year. So we'll see what WrestleMania has in store this year.
Thanks, man.